Hi. Hello, guys. Thank you for coming and making it to my speech today. I will be doing a tribute speech about Malcolm X, and the title of my speech is Malcolm X, A Remembering a Legacy. Malcolm X once said, I am for truth, no matter who tells it. I'm for justice, no matter who it is for or against. I am a human being first and foremost, and as such, I am for whoever and whatever benefits humanity as a whole. With this being said, we can see the traits Malcolm has as an activist. Only so many people know of the infamous Malcolm X and his overlooked achievements he has carried out during the civil rights movement. Though he did not have a staple speech, he still had an impact on America with his speeches. As society still struggles with racism and inequality, we can honor Malcolm X, who continues to inspire those who seek justice and equality in all of our communities. Today, I have the honor to be an advocate of Malcolm X. I have had the privilege to do extensive research to provide non-biased information of the impact Malcolm X had during the civil rights movement. As we look at the life of Malcolm X, it is obvious that his beliefs, his speeches, and his commitment to Black empowerment have left an impact on the world for the fight for civil rights. His philosophy and methods of reaching out to his audience, and his influence on social justice of civil rights. Let us now acknowledge Malcolm X in his early days in activism. Malcolm was born in 1925, and his early life was full of pain and struggles. His father passed away when Malcolm was young, and his mother was later institutionalized. As a teenager, he got involved in crime and ended up in prison. Within the prison, Malcolm was introduced to Nation of Islam. This was a religious movement that had preached Black pride, self-reliance, and separation from white society. Malcolm then earned a leadership position as a minister and led the members of Nation of Islam. Malcolm found it important to speak out against racism and economic inequality. Once Malcolm decided to leave the Nations of Islam, he founded Afro-America Unity, which put the emphasis of African American political, economical, and social views. The Black Power movement was specifically created on behalf of Malcolm's teachings. According to Malcolm X in the Black Power movement, African American Historical Association of Western Maryland, it said that the movement called the movement called for Black self-determination, economic empowerment, and an end to racism and discrimination. The Black Power movement was a response to the limitations of the civil rights movement, and it sought to address the intersectional issues that Black Americans faced, including poverty, police brutality, and mass incarceration. With the interest of activism, Malcolm X began to develop philosophies and methods that would come to define his approach to Black empowerment and social justice. Malcolm X's strategy for activism was completely different from many other activists. Malcolm X's values did not align with the civil rights movement. He believed that people had the right to defend themselves when being taken advantage of. An example of this could be in the 1950s. A lot of African Americans suffered from discrimination, including police brutality. Malcolm X was fighting against the LAPD and how they had shot a member of from Nation of Islam, Ronald Stokes, and had brutally beat him with a nightstick. Um, mm, mm, um, This was Malcolm's breaking point, and to stand for self-defense and the negatives of racism when it comes to police. Malcolm believed that peace would not achieve freedom, and finding is what would work in order for change to happen. As he continued his journey for activism, Malcolm had believed of freedom, justice, and equality for all. He had pushed it to ensure that all races, including African Americans, weren't oppressed. Weren't oppressed. Give me a second. And could be able to express themselves with their own cultural differences and not be discriminated. As a child, Malcolm had faced racial discrimination, and his struggles had pushed him to fight for the rights of African Americans. As he wasn't like many other activists, many had stood by his teachings and ideas and were able to achieve uh, um, accomplishments that defined his activism and legacy. With exploring Malcolm X's early life and influences, let's dive into the elements that defined his activism and enduring legacy. According to Smithsonian, the title, A Legacy of Black Identity and Empowerment, it is said that Malcolm X's image and voice remains almost everywhere. His legacy endures as a symbol of Black identity and empowerment. It has resonated across generations of African Americans and its contemporary culture. Malcolm X's role in activism has shown importance throughout the years, even after his death. He was able to reach out, relate, and understand those who had suffered from the effects of racism. Malcolm X was literate and had the ability to speak upon many audience members. With that advantage, his activism had continued through art, speech, and literature. His unwavering ideas of social justice, empowerment, and self-determination has influenced society greatly, especially within today's struggles with systematic racism and police brutality. At the age of 39, Malcolm X unfortunately was assassinated. But this has not stopped his legacy. That still stands for the better of today. His empowerment was like any other activist. He stood up to racial injustice and put his life at risk for the better of the people. As we conclude this topic, I hope that you can take these key points away with you. First, the importance of Malcolm X and his activism. Second, his methods and philosophy. And lastly, his lifelong legacy. With his help and his overlooked contributions in activism, African Americans have been able to gain empowerment through his philosophy. His legacy carries on, inspiring many around the world to fight for activism, justice, and the empowerment of African Americans. It is important for everyone to recognize the trials and tribulations Malcolm X has gone through for the contributions of equality, which we still struggle through till this day. As I end here today, be strong-willed and stand for what you believe in the honor of Malcolm X. Thank you.